Hey guys, what's going on? This is another Airsoft Dude 1 production. Today we're going to be doing another video review of the Echo1 M28 spring-loaded sniper rifle. Today it's not going to be per se a video review of this gun. It's going to be a demonstration of the multiple problems that I've found with this rifle. Now, out of the box, the Echo1 M28 is a great sniper rifle. It shoots far, it shoots accurate, and it shoots decently hard. By far probably the best performance I've seen out of a spring sniper rifle stock, and I've owned very many spring sniper rifles. Now, starting off from the stock is a very well engineered and very nice system. You can put a pin in there and rotate it to make the different lengths, but it does wobble a lot. You can't really see it, but it does wobble, and that could make a difference. When you look at the finish of the gun itself, it's very plastic looking and not very convincing. And then when you look at the metal barrel, the paint scratches very easily. It looks nice, but it just doesn't cut it. I mean, it's not painted very well. It looks like that when it came out of the box, which I was kind of ticked off about. And then you can see the paint scratches so easily. Another thing, while I'm sitting right here close in on the camera, that I noticed about this gun is that the Picatinny rail slots on it aren't really the right size, and the actual width of the rail isn't the regular size, so it doesn't really accommodate most scopes and scope mounts really well, because if I just hit this a little bit, it would knock it off. Also, the rail on it is a little crooked, so it's not the straightest thing in the world, and that could be a problem because when I'm looking down the scope, I have to adjust it way left just so it's right down the center, and you can kind of see it right there. And you can kind of see it right there. The gun is straight in line with the camera, and you can see the back end of the scope, which is problematic. Because if your scope doesn't have that far of an adjustment, then you're kind of out of luck on that sense, because you can't bring it over all the way. The main problem that exists with the bolt, when you look at it right here, there's nothing really locking the bolt down, so it kind of just bounces up and down and doesn't sit in one spot. It's, you know, it's nothing special there. And that's kind of annoying, because if you're running through brush, or you're running through a bush, or thick anything, or really any twigs will knock this out of position, and that's not good. And then when you pull the bolt back, when you pull it to the rear, it almost feels like it's separated. To some degree, it's not tight, so you may have to tighten that down yourself. And then when I pull the bolt back on this rifle, I pull it back with my hand going on the other side of the bolt, because I do not trust this bolt. It's not sound enough for me to trust it. And if you look at all the wobble, there's just so much wobble in this bolt that I don't trust grabbing it just on this side. So I pull it back with my thumb on the other side of the bolt like this, and then put the bolt forward. Now here's another problem. If you put the gun on safety, okay, pull it back, it's on safety, and you pull the trigger accidentally. Okay, well, generally on most guns, at this point when you put the safety forward to fire, nothing would happen. But on this gun, it fires. That's a big problem. I'll demonstrate that again. It's cocked. Okay, nobody's around. Put it on safety. Alright, I see somebody. Oh wait, it's still on safety. I pulled the trigger. Darn it. Now I put the safety off and it fires. That's a big problem. That's almost like a runaway on an AR style rifle. You know, that's not something that should happen. When you don't mean to fire, it fires. It discharges a round. That's a big problem that they should have done something with, and I'm not happy with that at all. Another thing is the fake magazine flap. For the real rifle, obviously the magazine goes here, not here, because the rounds have to go into the bolt. But on the Airsoft one here, they included this fake little flap, which is cool and all, but you're never going to use it. I mean, maybe you could store some BBs in there or something like that, but this is really pointless, and it's just honestly an annoyance, because when your finger's in the trigger, if you push forward on that little nub at all, it falls, which is just annoying because you're sitting there and then you go to dang it, and then it doesn't like to lock and stay in position. So if you get this rifle, tape it. That's the only thing. You can see where I had a piece of tape on it right there, which also took the paint off. When you get it, you notice this because it's disassembled, that it's not even a nice plastic. It's really cheap plastic, the body is, and it just doesn't feel solid enough for me. And as you can see, the mount on my scope is now taken off, like I was talking about earlier on how the scope mounts are not really the right size. After owning this rifle for a while, I don't even feel that it's that skirmishable, just because this is really annoying and it falls down on you, and then it wiggles around and it makes a metal noise, and it makes you obvious. Your scope falls off your rifle. Your stock is wobbly and makes noise. Your bolt discharges rounds whenever. Also, I have had problems with the actual cocking mechanism, as in cocking the rifle, and it just won't go down. Is when you're pushing the bolt forward, right? The bolt's back, you just cock the bolt back, right? Okay, so when you go to put the bolt forward, you have to push. Now, at this point, it won't go down all the way. This isn't going down all the way. You have to push forward a lot and then down. And when you do that, then it'll seat the bolt, because otherwise it won't seat it all the way. As you can see, there's that little black spot right there. It needs to go all the way down. So you have to put a lot of effort into pushing it forward.